What's up? So it's been 9 months since I recorded one of these videos. Well, actually, not 9 months. It's been since the Halloween one, but yeah, I don't really have an excuse. I got so fucking far out of any semblance of motivation or desire to fucking do them. Plus, with winter being around, I just don't really have any like extra willpower to do anything extracurricular. I barely make it to the fucking gym every day. But any whoosies, I'm back. I got 5 albums to show. I haven't really spent a whole lot of time in the guest room for actually using the goddamn turntable, but these are 5 albums that three of them I know like the back of my hand. Two of them I'm less familiar with, but I still know enough about them to fucking talk about them. These are all off the fucking dome. I didn't do any research prior to doing this because I'm in the middle of laundry, and I would actually like to, finish doing laundry within a reasonable amount of time and not inconvenience the other people in my building. Anyway, if you're wondering what we're listening to, it's Coldest Life with Born to Land Hard. Aggressive, angry ass fucking hardcore from Detroit, Michigan. And if you remember, I did talk about this already, and still need to check out the song Police if you haven't. That's perfectly encapsulates this entire fucking album. Alright, and first up for what I'm going to be showing today, we've got Macabre with Carnival of Killers. And to my knowledge, because I don't pay a lot of attention to other music nerds on the internet who have way too much fucking free time on their hands to bitch online, I believe this was one of the most divisive Macabre albums, which makes sense. Certainly doesn't really sound that familiar to Grim Scary Tales or Dahmer or Sinister Slaughter, especially. Which, speaking of which, that got fucking reissued. I'm stoked as fuck for that. But I still went through a binge of this album where I shit you not probably every day for like 2-3 weeks fucking straight. I just listened to this fucking thing. I couldn't tell you why, but I don't know, man. Something about it was scratching an itch. There's the back of it. And then here's the inside. You got Richard Speck right there. And then Joe Ball right there. Which I actually got to learn quite a bit about a couple of different killers from this album alone. Obviously, you got Pogo right there. You got H.H. Holmes. You got Leonarda. She was an Italian killer. Ed Gein. That's Ted Bundy with his Wheels on the Bug. That's Albert Fish right there. I think that might be Richard Ramirez. I could be wrong, but yeah, you've just got a bunch of killers everywhere on the album cover, which again you'd kind of expect nothing less considering that's been this band's gimmick for the last 35 fucking years. But dude, this album is fucking amazing. It takes that same style that Macabre's been doing for again like 35-ish some odd years, and they interject some new ideas, some new energy into it, to the point where like they've always had like the fun tracks like Jeffrey Dahmer and the Chocolate Factory, Grandmother's House. The only songs that are popping up in my memory are specifically from Dahmer, because I've been listening to that pretty much daily too. But your boy's way too fucking broke to afford a vinyl pressing of fucking Dahmer. I don't know if you've ever seen the Discogs prices, but those bitches go for a lot. Anyway, yeah, it takes those fun parts of other Macabre songs from past albums, and it just puts them more on display here. It's not bad by any means, and it's still like the whole point of Macabre is, like, in my opinion, is just to have fucking fun with like really morbid humor. Perfectly encapsulated by Corporate Death and his over a dramatic speaking, like that. That melody specifically is from the first song, Your Window Is Open. And then you've got different parts on, like Joe Ball was his name. Stinky, the entire fucking song of Stinky is ridiculous. It's all about the kids under Gacy's trailer or whatever the hell. Then you got an instrumental, Abduction, and then you've got Them Dry Bones, which is about H.H. Holmes, and it's like literally the bones connecting song, like the toe bone's connected to the foot bone's connected to the ankle bone, like that. It's so fucking weird. Richard Speck Grew Big Breasts is fun as fuck. Slaughterhouse. Breaking Point is another instrumental track. Lake of Fire. Varta Varta, which is, I believe, is entirely in German, which isn't the first time that they've done that. Now It's Time to Pay was about Timothy McVeigh unintentionally rhyming, well, I guess intentionally, given he's the subject matter of that song. Learned a lot about Timothy McVeigh because that song's lyrics sent me down a rabbit hole. Wheels in the Bug, Corpse Violator, Murder Mac, this whole fucking album, dude, you need to check it out. I swear to God, you won't regret it. If you can appreciate some silliness in your fucking, like, death metal, like, if you've ever been to a Black Dahlia Murder concert, R.I.P. Trevor, and you can appreciate silliness in your fucking death metal, like, in the actual music itself rather than just at a show, you will enjoy this. I fucking promise you. It's goofy as fuck, it's fun, and more importantly for me, it's really great, like, lifting music for the fucking gem. And this is the vinyl that or the color that the vinyl comes on. I believe this is like fleshy pink or something or other. I couldn't really tell you. Then you've got the lyrics on this side, the fellas. And then you've got this side, Dennis the Menace, Nefarious, Corporate Death. It's always been these three, which the fact that they've been going for, like, again, 35, almost 40 years at this point without one lineup change is fucking insane. Literally how many other bands can you say have done that, excluding, you know, obvious ones where, like, one of the members has fucking died. Like, that's impressive. That's all the album came with. Unfortunately, there's no poster or nothing, but like I said, you guys do owe it to yourselves to check this shit out. It is so fucking fun. And again, if you can just appreciate the silliness of the fucking music and I promise everything else will suck you in. It is so much fun. Totally fucking worth a listen. I promise you it's worth at least once. For me, 2021, when I was listening to it, it didn't immediately capture my attention up until, like, I want to say December of last year. But the ones that I would constantly go back to is Stinky, Them Dry Bones, Lake of Fire, and Wheels in the Bug. And those are, like, pretty much the silliest goddamn songs on the whole fucking album. Check it out if you fucking haven't. I promise you won't regret it. That's Macabre with Carnival of Killers. Next up, we have Woods of Ypres with Woods for the Green Album. This is the reissue that was just announced, I guess. Yeah, announced last year. I just got it, I think, in like January or February of this year. Fucking dude. This was literally my intro to Woods of Ypres. There's the back, there's the inside. It is weird because right around the same time that this was announced, like, it was right before Toby and I had our Halloween party, and it was right before, like, I was legitimately considering, like, dude, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and I'm just gonna get a fucking reprint, like, get a pressing of this off of Discogs, and sure shit got announced, like, literally, I think a week later, because it was right before winter, and that's when Overtime Money comes in. I was like, I'm just gonna do it, but no need, baby. This is totally fucking worth the purchase. Like I said, this is my introduction to Woods of Ypres, specifically the song Wet Leather. My uncle played that for me, I think, on our way home from my grandparents' house. I don't even know how many years ago at this point. Anyway, this is their 2011 release. That Macabre was 2021, by the way, but this is Woods of Ypres' 2011 release. Second last album before David Gold passed. I forget what exactly it was from. I might be mistaking him with Mitch Lucker, but I think it had something to do with a motorcycle accident. I could be wrong. But yeah, this is just solid fucking, like, I don't really know how else to describe it other than just like Doom, but like Woods of Ypres always had their own unique Doom sound, which is something I can appreciate a lot when it comes to Doom music. Is like, it doesn't take a lot to just try and sound like a fucking Electric Wizard ripoff or I guess a Cough ripoff. I mean, that's kind of different, but you know, people will emulate styles all the time, but they really did have their own specific, unique sound to their guitar, their songs. Everything was structured very uniquely when they were still making music, and I appreciate the ever-loving hell out of that. By the time you read this, I'll already be dead. I was buried in a Mount Pleasant cemetery, and I am pining for you. Wet Leather, Suicide Cargo Load. You just, dude, I promise you, if you're into like Doom, and there's even some like black parts in here, which, if I'm not mistaken, David Gold was a big like black metal guy, you will dig this album. I cannot express that enough. And then here's both of the records that it comes on, lyrics on 3 sides of these inner sheets. And it would, unless I got black, it would have been a sin for me to get any of the other options that Earache was offering besides this emerald green. That is fucking gorgeous. I'm not going to peel this all the way out of the jacket because it likes to stay stuck. And I've actually got another album later on in this video that is going to be basically the same deal because it has an Obi strip on it and I don't feel like fighting with it. And once again, I don't really do a whole lot of research for this video, but I promise you, once again, this is another album that is 110 fucking % worth your time to listen to. It's kind of a long one, but if you can keep your brain going through it, I promise you, you will not fucking regret it. Especially if you're a fan of doom metal. Cannot recommend this shit enough, dude. Woodsy V Pray holds a very special place in my heart. The way that David Gold wrote his lyrics, like, is a massive fucking inspiration to me. And the way Paul Bearer does too, but promise you will not fucking regret this. Those are the only things that the album came with, and really I just wanted the fucking music on a physical format. Anyway, check it out if you haven't for some godforsaken reason. This is Woods V Pray with Woods 4, the Green Album. Life is just pain and bliss. It's nothing that I will miss. I'm always doing something to hurt myself, just trying to feel alive. And then next up we have Graham Belialski with Colonic Charmers. Yeah, if you know Graham GBK, you know what you're in for. Lyric-wise, not going to talk about that, not going to address it. I just like it because the music is fucking incredible. I put out their Welton Fiend. This is their latest album after shit. I don't even know when Mocking the Philanthropist came out, dude. I can't remember that off the top of my head. But this is apparently recorded in 2016. And Mackleborg? I don't know. This is only put out in 2020, 2021. I forget the exact dates, but dude, it was actually no 2022. If I'm not mistaken. Like, this shit's so fucking good, dude. The riffs on this are fucking killer. Which, in fairness, is what you should expect from a Graham Belialski release. Prayer Shawl of the Firstborn Donkey, Serpent Bibliomancy, Crud drips forth from the shofar, the doors marked with sheep's blood. Literally just the whole fucking album, dude. Again, if you're not like sketched out by lyrics or anything, which if you are, totally valid, I get it. But if you're not sketched out by lyrics or anything, you owe it to yourself to fucking listen to this if you're into black metal. Literally so incredibly just fucking god tier shit. Like, it's fun, it's bouncy, it's fucking catchy. And literally more than once, I like put this on the turntable, and then as soon as side B finishes, I flip it over to like restart it. That's how fucking good this album is. And I don't get a lot of time to listen to vinyl, specifically because my whole setup is in here and I like spending time with Toby. But so I like to, go through an album, go on to the next one, go on to the next one. Not a whole lot of albums have been able to do that to me, period. So yeah, Colonic Charmers is good. I'm going to show you what it came with now. First, vinyl, just black center labels are basically the artwork. And then we have a poster. literally just of the artwork with the logo and the name on the bottom and a sticker. Save the sticker because I'm a huge fucking nerd. I do kind of want to put this up, but I am hesitant because it is Graham Belisle's key, and yeah, I shouldn't need to say more than that. But again, if you haven't listened to this and you're a black metal fan, and again, you're not sketched out by the fucking lyrics, 110% owe it to yourself to fucking check it out. If you've heard GBK before, you know what to expect. If you've heard fucking Argo Slant before, and again, like, you've heard Argo Slant, you know what to expect, but black metal instead of, like, I guess, death, even though the song structure for Argo Slant is weird enough to the point I'm not sure you consider it, like, death metal, but anyway, 110% worth checking out. I can't wait for whatever the hell they end up doing next, dude. I just know it's going to be fucking solid. Everything GBK's ever done has been solid. It doesn't matter who the hell their frontman is. And yeah, Rainbow House Key, Colonic Charmers. Next up for you guys, I'm being extra nice, even though I said I wasn't going to pull this out. I'm still not gonna pull it all the way out because, again, fuck that. But I pulled it out a little bit. But this is Nightfell with Never Comes the Storm. This is their newest album. I believe, if I'm remembering right, it was put out this year. Last year was just teasers, but dude, I about had a fucking aneurysm out of pure excitement once I saw, like, their first teaser on Instagram. I can't even fucking express to you, dude. Like, Insanity Deranged is hands down, like, in my opinion, it is the best death metal album of 2019. And then the best death metal song still goes to fucking Vastum with whatever the hell that song is, can't remember. So I about, like, shat myself out of pure excitement. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that's the Obi strip. You can kind of see there's, like, old wood carvings of, like, an angel right there. Same thing on the other side, which, speaking of which, there is the back with the track listing. It's just, I guess, 4 fucking songs, or no, it's 8 songs? I don't know. I literally just got done listening to this last night, but it did get interrupted because a tornado warning came through, so I had to round up my 3 cats into the bathroom, which I don't know if you've ever tried to be a cat wrangler before. Not exactly an easy fucking task. But, talking about the actual music now, dude, it is so fucking good still. It doesn't have near, like, the same amount of qualities that made me fall so heavily in love with Insanity Deranged, but that doesn't detract from the fact that the music is still really, really, really fucking good. It doesn't have the same, like, high energy as Insanity Deranged did through a couple of the songs, but that doesn't mean that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. This one is just as, like, this is just as Black Death. Still sounds just as, like, hazy, kind of distant, but, like, ominous and fucking, I don't want to say scary, because it certainly doesn't sound scary. Scary to me is, like, that Dead Reptile Shrine album that I still have. This is, like, I don't know, ominous, spooky, even. Solid all the way fucking through. Highly recommend you check it out if you're into, like, Black Death is kind of a broad spectrum to give these guys a recommendation, but I'd say if you're into like Destructor, I'd say Destructor is, like, the best, like, Black Death example I could give. I'd say this leans more heavily on the death side more than anything, but, like, I can't fucking compare it to, like, Belphegor or, like, Behemoth's Middlework or anything like that, because Nightfell is just kind of their own beast, which, again, really aids the fact that I fell so heavily in love with them after Insanity Deranged. Anywho's, he's going to show you the records now. Here is the record, because I'm a fucking liar. I deceived you all and you didn't even notice. Here's the record on gray. I had a choice of between black and gray, and the gray wasn't any more expensive than the black on their Bandcamp, so I said, yeah, fuck it, I'll go with it. It matches the album cover well, even though it's literally just like monochrome. I don't know if that's the correct thing, but anyways, I was wrong on both ends. I said 4 and then I said 8 songs. Turns out it's 6, but side 2 is just really, really long songs. Again, solid. I won't say that the ending track had the same effect on me as the final track on the Sanity Deranged. Still fucking good though. Again, I keep singing the praises of this album, and you guys just need to fucking check it out. What I was going to show you earlier in the jacket though, and I realized that there's not as many cuts because I'm actually like, you know, just grabbing the... I say that and immediately have to make a cut. Also, Police just came on for this album. Anyway, yeah. What I was going to show you is, there you go, the lyrics are partially in there, and then on the inside, on this side, it's more artwork. Yeah, you can kind of see. But once again, this Obi strip to get into this jacket, which this is the jacket that this fucking album came with, is literally the most difficult time I've ever had putting a fucking record inside of a sleeve. Period. Like, literally bar none. So I refuse. I'm just gonna... I don't want ring wear in the jacket, so I'm just going to be keeping this on the back of it. Anyway, I can't sing the praises of Nightfell enough, dude. They really have such a unique, like, Black Death sound, similar to Destructor, but they're not, like, in the same vein as Destructor. They have their own unique, like, approach to Black Death, which is, again, part of the reason it drew me in so easily with A Sanity Deranged. If you dig Black Death, there's a solid chance you're gonna dig these guys and dig this album too. I would personally recommend starting off with A Sanity Deranged first, but this one is nothing to fucking sneeze at. This is Nightfell with Never Comes the Storm. Last but not least, to show you guys, this is going to be a shorter video. Like I said, there's only 5, but I wanted to make a fucking video because I know if I make a video, it's going to get me into the swing of things and make me want to do things more. Plus, I'm editing on a MacBook, and I swear to God, out of the 3 or 4 programs I've ever used to edit anything, like video, audio, anything, iMovie's the fucking easiest time I've ever had. So, this probably won't sit on my phone for 6 months. Hooray! Anyway, lastly, we have Noisem with Blossoming Decay. I got this from, I believe, Meteor Gem over in Chicago. I don't know if it's Chicago proper. I know Chicagoan residents are probably frothing at the mouths if I just, like, misplace somewhere. But yeah, this is a... I don't actually know if I've talked about Noisem before on this channel. I saw them when I saw Carcass for their Surgical Steer tour. Steel Tour, fuck. Saw them then. They were the opening band to play, and then it was Exhumed, then Macabre, and then Carcass. One of the best concerts I've ever been to, period. And right then, all they had out was Agony Defined. And you guys have actually probably seen me wear that shirt a couple times. Well, I don't quite remember where it went. It's torn to shreds, though. But yeah, all they had out of that time was Agony Defined, and every time that Noisem comes out with a new album, it's not one of those releases where I'm like, I have to snag this immediately, but it's one of those releases where it's like, I'm gonna find time in my day to listen to that bitch because I'm fucking excited. Noisem is really good, like thrash, grind. I wouldn't necessarily call them power violence by any stretch of the imagination, but they're death, thrash, grind. They're kind of really all of those kind of combined with its own like unique qualities, which I really, really fucking dig. Yeah, here's the actual album cover, die cut, and there's this string, I guess, to hold the hands together. I don't know if that was, oh wait, no, I think that is intentional, actually. I'm just now noticing that there's a needle in that guy's hand. Although I will say that whoever the hell came up with the design choice for the die cut cover, I want to fucking talk to you. You specifically, motherfucker, come here. If you made that choice and you also chose what the hell font to use on the inside of this jacket, what is wrong with you? I can't read any of this. I mean, I can, but it's like an assault on my fucking eyes, dude. Like, another night sleeping in the cold, conditioned for the concrete. It's hard, okay? The point is that it's difficult, and it hurts my fucking eyes to look at these lyrics. Which is a shame, because this is one of the only albums in this whole fucking stack that actually comes with lyrics. And it hurts. It just causes me physical pain. Anyway, the only other thing that it came with is something that I saved, the sticker on the outside of the shrink wrap, because this did come shrink wrapped from Meteor Gem. And then, I don't know what in God's name sleeve for the record this is. You can see here it's on white. But I'll be damned, it's nice. I think it's one of the anti-static sleeves that Sean keeps shrieking about. And I can see why he fucking likes them. It's not like the anti-static sleeves that Sean keeps shrieking about. I know those are a lot nicer and they have like one sleeve has enough for 2 records. But this is still nice. This is very convenient to be able to slip out of the sleeve here and then just pop it out. Because, again, not like I'm going to be reading through lyrics, considering it's an assault on my fucking eyes. Anywhoosies, yeah, like I said, Noisem is not one of those bands where it's like, I need to get this physical release immediately. And I think having seen them with Carcass kind of conditioned me to that, because, I mean, there's no way in hell I was going to be able to bring home a fucking CD of, like, what looks like what appeared to be a pentagram with like a Grim Reaper on top of a bunch of fucking skulls to my fucking parents' house. Nor did I have the money for anything besides, I think, like a shirt, that mug over there for Exhumed, and like a flag, and that was it. But still beyond happy I at least own something from Noisem. Again, if you're into, like, I'd say maybe like Weekend Nachos is the best thing to compare them to, even then that still feels like a loaded like comparison. Basically, if you're into power violence, I'd say you're probably going to dig this, although they are not power violence, at least in my books. I really just think you need to check it out for yourself. Next time I do one of these fucking videos, I swear to God, I'm going to do some fucking research so I have more to talk about. I don't remember what year this album was put out in either, so it really goes to show how fucking unprepared I am. But yeah, check it out. If you haven't heard of them, check them out. And if you haven't heard this album, check it out for sure. Noisem has never disappointed me with anything like their 3 albums that they put out. Get around to it. Noisem, Blossoming Decay. Alright guys, and that's it for this video. Appreciate y'all sticking around, if you have. If you haven't, don't blame you. Yeah, like I said, just in that last bit, swear to God, next one of these videos, I promise you I'm going to do some research, because I feel like that Noisem one I did a little bit dirty, not having enough to talk about. And in addition, I'd like to actually, know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to an album that I'm speaking of, when it comes to one of these videos at least. When it comes to like talking in person, I can bullshit all day. But yeah, 2 entirely different formats of speaking about music, but you nerds are lucky that I don't have anybody in real life, like outside of the internet, to fucking speak to about this, otherwise you wouldn't be getting any of this. That was dumb as fuck. I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching, and deuces.